Well, protests were largely peaceful over the past few days, but fighting between supporters and opponents of Mr. Morsi has left nearly 50 people dead. Now we want to go directly to Cairo, where VOA's Sharon Behn is standing by. Hi, Sharon, and thanks for joining us today.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Well, things are unfolding pretty quickly there in Cairo. I mean, you already have the ouster of Mr. Morsi and already the suspension of the constitution. How are Egyptians responding?
Well, like you said, things have been moving pretty fast, but the response overall from the people down in Tahrir Square especially has been incredibly positive. I was there this morning, and even though people had been celebrating all night, more people were arriving this morning. There were families with small children and couples, and many people coming back into the square waving flags and basically celebrating what they saw as a victory, which was the ouster of President Mohammed Morsi by the military. And I think there's also a sort of people, they really are looking up to the military this time. And there was a flyover by the Air Force, and the Air Force streaked in the sky a giant white heart. And when that happened, everybody just erupted into cheers and whistling, and it was generally a very good mood.
Right.
But, as you said, there are also those who supported Mr. Morsi. You have the Muslim Brotherhood, and they are clearly not pleased with what's going on. As you mentioned, one of their leaders has been arrested.
Right.
And I think what seems to be happening, what the Egyptians are telling me here, is that the military do not want any more violence. The protests in which almost 50 people were killed, I don't think that they want any more of that. Or at least Egyptians are saying that the military does not want any more of that.
Now, Sharon, quickly, if you could just give us a little bit of a background. Of course, everyone knows Mr. Morsi was democratically elected. He seemed approved by the population at the time. What went wrong? And really, what do people pin the recent incident on his first anniversary as president unraveling like this?
You're right. He was democratically elected a year ago, and I think there was a lot of hope at that time. What has happened since then is basically, in the eyes of many people, he lost his legitimacy. He failed to unite the country. He failed to, heal the divisions within the country, and some said that he was actually aggravating those divisions. The support with his supporters from the Muslim Brotherhood, it was a very conservative government, and some saw that as dividing the country even more. I spoke to a lawyer this morning, a lawyer Hassan Mahmoud Soliman, and what he said was, look, Egypt has always been a moderate country. We've never been, overly secular, overly religious. We just want to be moderate. And what he saw this as a sort of rejection of the very conservative policies that were being carried out by Morsi's government.
Sharon,
but I think overall, yes?
Very briefly, you only have about 10 seconds. How long is this interim period expected to last? Or is that too soon to tell?
I think it's too soon to tell. There has been no announcement made as yet as to when the new elections will be held. But there are going to be new elections for parliament and for the presidency. And so we'll just have to wait and for the new interim president, Adli Mansour, to make the statement as to when those elections will be held and when a new government will be coming into power.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Sharon Behn joining us from Cairo there in Egypt.